On a hill overlooking the Spanish city of Granada, a red fortress rises against the backdrop of the Sierra Nevada mountains. At sunset its walls glow crimson, as though whispering prayers from centuries past. This is the Alhambra Palace, the most dazzling monument of Islamic civilization in Europe, hailed as the pinnacle of Islamic geometric art. The Alhambra began as a modest fortress in the 9th century, but its true transformation came in the 13th century, under the Nasrid dynasty, last Muslim kingdom in Iberia. Facing relentless pressure from advancing Christian forces, the Nasrid sultans built not only a stronghold, but also a statement of grandeur and spiritual legitimacy. Unlike the castles of medieval Europe, the Alhambra did not rely on sheer mass or towering stone walls to project power. Its strength lay in another dimension: the language of geometry, light and space, crafting a vision of paradise on earth. Stepping into the Alhambra is to enter a world where geometry rules every surface. Walls, arches, and domes are covered with an intricate skin of patterned six-pointed stars, eight-pointed stars, interlaced polygons that stretch endlessly, hinting at infinity. No space is left plain. Every corner reveals an order that is both strict and fluid. These patterns are not mere decoration. They embody a philosophy. In Islamic art, the divine cannot be represented by images, so artisans turn to abstraction. Endless repetition, symmetry, and variation symbolized infinity and eternity, qualities of God Himself. Within the Alhambra, one feels that the human soul, though finite, can glimpse the eternal order of the cosmos through geometry. The Court of the Lions is perhaps the most iconic embodiment of this philosophy. At its center stands a marble fountain borne on the backs of 12 lions, their mouths pouring water into channels that divide the courtyard into 4 symmetrical sections. The surrounding arcades rest on slender columns, carved with delicate arabesques and inscriptions. Here geometry is not only abstract but spatial. The flowing water, the rhythm of columns, the interplay of sunlight and shadow all combine into a living geometry, one that symbolizes both strength and wisdom. In the Hall of the Ambassadors, geometry ascends to the heavens. The wooden dome above is carved into a dazzling star pattern, radiating outward in layers upon layers. Like the night sky multiplying into infinity, light shifts across the surface, making the patterns shimmer as though alive. Domes symbolize the sky, while star patterns mirror the order of the universe. The craftsmen of the Alhambra transform timber and mathematics into a cosmic map. Beneath such a dome, a visitor feels dwarfed by the immensity of creation, yet also reassured by its harmony. Water plays a central role in the Alhambra's design, turning geometry into an experience of stillness and movement. In the Court of the Myrtles, a long rectangular pool lies at the center, its surface reflecting arches, carvings, and the sky above. The symmetry of the courtyard doubles in the mirror of water, creating a second world beneath the surface. Water softens the geometry, lending it breath and soul. The static forms of stone and plaster find their counterpart in the flowing rhythm of streams. In this dialogue of motion and stillness, art achieved one of its most profound expressions. In 1492, Granada fell to the Catholic monarchs, marking the end of Muslim rule in Iberia. The Alhambra was taken as a Christian royal palace, its halls echoing with a new faith. Yet the geometry endured. For centuries, travelers, scholars, and artists from across Europe were awed by the Alhambra's vision of order and beauty. Writers such as Washington Irving, in his Tales of the Alhambra, spread its legend worldwide. The palace became more than an architectural monument. It became a cultural bridge, showing how beauty can transcend faith and empire. Today, visitors wander through the Alhambra's courtyards and chambers, tracing fingers across walls dense with lace-like carvings. They pause beneath domes of stars or beside pools that double the sky, and they feel the same awe that generations before have felt. The Alhambra reminds us that geometry is more than mathematics. It is a language of the spirit, an art of infinity, a mirror of the eternal. By turning abstract patterns into lived space, the artisans of the Alhambra built not only a palace, but also a philosophy. One that celebrates order, beauty, and transcendence. That is why the Alhambra is hailed as the pinnacle of geometric art. It is a masterpiece of stone and water light, and shadow mathematics and poetry. It is both history and timelessness, a treasure of human civilization that continues to inspire wonder.